The Czech hand model. Well, once upon a time, a hand model lived next door to me in New York City, and I spied on her a little bit. I watched her, and she used to walk her dog out on the street, and on her hands were gloves, and I eventually talked to her about why she was wearing the gloves, and it was to protect her hands. And although she often wore very short skirts and not much, she always had her hands covered to protect them from the sun. And from there, that was interesting to me, so I went with it. I have a neighbor who works in a law firm like that, and I found myself in conversation with him, and he told me some things that were very interesting. So naturally I had to use those details. But I've been in various law firms through the years and seeing the way they work. Well, you know, in life there are no people who are just good or just bad, and those of us who are good know that we're a little bit bad, and those of us who are bad would like to be perceived as a little bit good. And the characters in the books are never one thing or the other, and I think that to have flaws in good characters makes them more real, and we can identify with them, and to have positive attributes for villains or so-called bad characters makes them a little more interesting, and it makes them a little more mysterious and closer to who we are. We all have a little bit of bad and good. Well, if you look into yourself, you know that this is true. I watch people all the time, and I study them, and I'm always looking for the texture of their personality. And of course, as you go through life, it's very clear that there are no pure souls.